दोस्तों इस क्लास में आपको डिक्टेशन दूंगा मैं 100 WPM पर एसएससी और DSSSB के लिए जो स्पेशल मैटर मैंने तैयार किए हैं उसकी आपको डिक्टेशन प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं 100 WPM पर। बी रेडी फॉर इट। टुडे आई रिकॉल those bitter reflections and I am all the more happy and proud of what the nation has achieved. I shall not dilate on the events of the intervening years. Today I remember vividly the time when Sri Aurobindo came to Bengal from Baroda and inaugurated a Renaissance movement and a new era of fearless, vibrant nationalism. He inspired an activist revolutionary organization, and I had the privilege of becoming a humble camp follower through my guru, the late Jatindranath Mukherjee. Then followed the wonderful days of the Swadeshi and the revolutionary movements with their trials and tribulations. People struggling on against the foreign domination with blood, sweat and tears. Then suddenly came the First World War, and with it also came the mighty engine of oppression, the Defence of India Act. And under its wheels the whole freedom movement was mercilessly crushed as if never to rise again. The whole country was plunged into impenetrable darkness. Not a speck of light was to be seen anywhere. But it was only a temporary phase. That is how I felt it then. With the end of the First World War, there appeared on the Indian scene the refulgent figure of Gandhi, New India's man of destiny, the father of the nation, under whose incomparable leadership the Congress of the country remolded itself into a mighty instrument of struggle of national freedom. The darkness began to melt away. Through a series of struggles, the nation was led by him until he brought it to the goal, a free and sovereign India. One feels it was supreme privilege to have been a humble participant in this historical process, as well as to be associated with my leaders and elders and colleagues in the making of a constitution for the Free Republic of India. The constitution is being discussed throughout the country. It has been praised to the skies and also abused in the harshest possible language. There are others, I think the majority, who see in it a mixture of things good and bad, but on the whole practical and acceptable. How do I feel about this constitution? There is one feeling in my mind which dominates every other. The feeling that this constitution is wholly of our own 100%. It may be good, bad or anything, but it is we Indians who have framed it. It has not been imposed upon us from outside nor by any alien authority. As we have made it, so we can amend it in the future if we want to. It is our very own with its good features and bad if any. The making of this constitution has been itself a supremely free act, a supreme expression of national freedom, and I hail it as such. This gives me an immediate feeling of freedom, and I would offer this personal testimony to that section of my countrymen who, under a frenzied delusion, are crying, I think that cry is contradicted not only by my feeling but by that of all Indians bearing a handful. It is a commonplace, but it would bear repetition, namely that the success of a constitution, even of the most meticulously written constitutions, will depend not so much on its language as on the spirit in which it is worked. It depends on us to make it or not. I therefore humbly appeal to all my countrymen to approach the Constitution in a spirit of cooperation and to bring to its working all the patriotism and selfless devotion of which the nation is capable of, and if they do so, I have no doubt that this Constitution will prove to be an instrument for the enlargement of our freedom, prosperity and happiness. Sir, one other thing which I cannot help mentioning in connection with the making of this Constitution is this. When the Constituent Assembly was convened, it was given the task of framing a constitution for the whole of India. But since then, the country has been partitioned into two, and necessarily the present constitution covers one part only. Future alone knows whether it would again be possible to have a constitutional covering the country as a whole. In conclusion, may I offer my respectful congratulations to Dr. Ambedkar and to my elders and colleagues in this house on the successful performance of a great, arduous and historic task. And I am sure I am echoing the sentiment of everyone here when I thank you, Mr. President, for the calm, patient, courteous and altogether exemplary manner in which you have guided the deliberations in this House. Mr. President, I thank you that in spite of little time at your disposal, you have been kind enough to give me a few minutes. Now is the time for rejoicing as we are closing the last chapter of the great work which we had started 3 years ago. This is the time of offering greetings and thanks and not criticism. For 3 years we have worked together and now we have given it a final shape. Now that we have framed the Constitution, bitter criticism is not proper, but I would like to remind my honorable friends that the Constitution which we in Delhi have been making and which now has come before the country and the world does to inspire enthusiasm in the hearts of the citizens of Delhi. I am not complaining because I am sure that the members of this assembly have every sympathy for the demand of the citizens of Delhi. If they could, they must have made such alteration in the Constitution which might have provided an occasion for rejoicing for the people of Delhi, and verily with the enforcement of this Constitution on the 26th of January, a better day must have dawned on Delhi. I know that the members of the Constituent Assembly have their personal attachments towards Delhi and have also some idea regarding its hardships. Sir, I conclude. Thank you. Stop. दोस्तों इसी के साथ ये डिक्टेशन फिनिश होती है। उम्मीद है आप लोगों ने इसे अच्छे से लिखा होगा। मेरी पूरी कोशिश है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैटर्स आप लोगों को प्रोवाइड करने की, ताकि आपका एग्जाम बहुत अच्छे से निकले। आप कमेंट सेक्शन में ज़रूर बताइएगा आपकी मिस्टेक्स कितनी आई हैं इस मैटर को करने के बाद। आपसे मुलाकात करता हूँ अगली क्लास में अगले ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के साथ। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर।